In this video, we will look at some solid solutions for overcoming guilt after a breakup. We'll start with the most basic and easy to follow ones, and then we will slowly progress to the more psychologically dense and brain-intensive ones, each solution piggybacking on the former. So let's get right into it. Starting with solution number 1, taking care of the fundamentals. Because believe me, dealing with guilt gets so much easier if you have your shit together. So stick to the following. Exercise regularly, get quality sleep, eat a healthy, balanced diet, and maintain good hygiene. Now I know I sound like your mom right now, but this shit really works, and it is what will make the other solutions that we'll go over so much more effective. So stick with me here. The next thing you want to do, still in the context of this solution, you should try meditation, you should try journaling, and even therapy. And you should stick with these activities for at least a few weeks before quitting if any of them don't really resonate. Also, surround yourself with friends and family members and peers that you trust and who are able and willing to support you emotionally. Basically, don't suffer alone. Also important, share your guilt with the people you trust, especially if it's uncomfortable or embarrassing, because that's a massive sign that you need an outlet for it ASAP. Now, as for solution number 2, don't identify with your actions. So look, we all make mistakes, we all fail sometimes, it's part of the human condition. Our lives are dispersed with lapses of judgment and actions we wish we could take back. None of this really means you're inherently messed up. It means you're human. And since you're human, perhaps all too human, it means you possess this really nifty ability to learn from your mistakes and your failures, to use them as motivation, to be even better in future relationships, to even save others from making similar fuck-ups. These are the things you should actually focus on, not how your mistakes and failures define you, or whatever other stank of the same bullshit you've cobbled together in your mind. So you want to basically think, I made mistakes, I caused failures, not I am my mistakes or I am a failure. Now, as for solution number 3, you want to empathize with the real motivation behind your actions. So after getting your basics in order, after recognizing you're not your guilt-inducing mistakes and failures, you want to dive into the why of why you've made them in the first place. Maybe you became withdrawn and cold, not because there's something wrong with you, but simply due to unmet needs and maybe unresolved issues that your ex wasn't willing to resolve. Maybe you became codependent, not because you were trying to push your ex away or make them feel like shit, but because you spent your entire childhood with parents who made you feel like you didn't matter. Or parents where love was always something you needed to fight for, and you just didn't fucking know any better. Perhaps your relationship didn't end because you're a terrible, evil human. Perhaps it ended because you simply felt underappreciated and unloved, and just had to get your appreciation and love from that smoking hot neighbor who kept eyeing you for like the last 6 months. Whatever the case, coming to terms with the why of your mistakes and your failures, it allows you to learn necessary lessons from the fuck-ups and to improve yourself. And once you improve yourself, it's almost impossible to feel guilty over whatever led to it. Now, as for solution 4, I want you to show yourself some kindness. Now, please note that this doesn't mean you wanna condone or dismiss your past actions. I'm not saying that. I'm simply saying this means you recognize your humanity, your capacity for error, and explain as well as convince yourself that it's okay, that it's fine. Now, if you still have any issues, any trouble, any difficulties with showing yourself kindness, try to ask yourself what a kind and compassionate friend would tell you in your situation. Now, it probably isn't nearly as harsh as what you're telling yourself now. And then try to talk to yourself in a way that that friend would in general. Look, as cringy as this sounds, this stuff works, and more people should do it. Instead of opting for the vanilla, the classic, crawling under the bedsheet and crying and sulking and stressing the fuck out the whole time. Anyhow, for our final solution, you just want to do better in your next relationship. Be it with your ex or someone else, just don't repeat your mistakes and failures. Like, this is the final way to resolve guilt and to avoid further guilt. I want you to use your fuck-ups to be better, to turn them into fuel for self-improvement. It's really that simple. And you know what else is simple? Downloading my recovery cheat sheet full of additional advice and tips and ideas on how to heal and grow from your breakup. If you want this free resource, all you gotta do is click the link in the description below this video. And with that being said, thanks for watching and bye bye.